How's it going, everyone? This is the George here, and today I'm going to be reviewing Karate Kid Legends. That's right, the newest Karate Kid movie to come out. This is the sixth Karate Kid movie to come out. This is also coming out months after the series finale of Cobra Kai, taking place after Cobra Kai, and as well as being a sequel to the 2010 Karate Kid movie that was originally a remake, but is now in the Daniel LaRusso Cobra Kai Karate Kid universe now. So it was directed by Rob Lieber and stars Ben Wong as the new Karate Kid Lee Feng, as well as Jackie Chan and Ralph Macchio, Joshua Jackson, and Sadie Stanley. And Lee and his mom moved to New York from Beijing. There's a history of karate involving Lee that his mom wants him to push aside to step away from karate and fighting. But when he goes to New York, meets a girl, becomes friends with a girl, starts developing feelings for the girl. Her dad, who owns a pizza restaurant, is in some trouble, so he's trying to help him out as well as deal with his own bully. And then a tournament's gonna happen at some point in the movie, like typical Karate Kid fashion. Now, when this movie came out, I was excited but also curious because they were now integrating the 2010 movie that starred Jaden Smith and Jackie Chan into this universe. And I know I was going to review that movie before reviewing this movie. Hopefully, at some point this month, I'll review the 2010 movie. I actually watched it for the first time and I thought it was okay for what it was. But I was very curious to see what Jackie Chan and Ralph Macchio playing their characters, training a new Karate Kid was going to be like. This is also happening right after Cobra Kai ended. This movie was supposed to come out in December of 2024, got delayed because Cobra Kai also got delayed. The various strikes that happened in 2023 delayed a lot of stuff, including these two projects. And what do I think about this movie? The first half of this movie I thought was really good. I really enjoyed the buildup of it, reintroducing Mr. Han back into the picture, learning that he has a great nephew named Lee that he's very close to. Um, Lee already being so good at karate, but others are better at it than him. His history involving his brother, why he's hesitant to fight, why he freezes up at times. Meeting this girl named Mia, meeting her father, who not only owns this pizza restaurant, but is also a former boxer, helping him out in his problem as well. And I thought that was a really interesting concept of this kid who is our new karate kid teaching a former boxer some new tricks to help him out with his issues. I really thought that was a really interesting concept that they were going to do for the movie. It felt like a familiar formula, but with some unique additions in there. Also, his mom does not want him involved in any fights. The other moms in the other Karate Kid movies, as much as they love their sons, they were kind of cool with the idea of their kid participating in tournaments and all that. While here, Lee's mom is very concerned. I like that there was that aspect that was explored. And also, he has more of a bit of a tragic backstory. As I said before, there's a history involving Lee's brother. There's something happened to him, and that has affected Lee greatly for a while. So I really like that they were doing some of these new ideas, throwing them in there. Ben Wong as Lee, I thought was really good. He gave a really good performance. Really enjoyed Joshua Jackson's character as well. He plays the pizza owner slash father slash former boxer. I enjoyed his character as well. Sadie Stanley as the daughter as well. I really liked her chemistry with Ben Wong. I thought they were doing a really good job with the new characters and building them up. But then the second half of the movie happens, and I feel like that's where a lot of the potential was wasted. That which is weird because sorry about that. What's weird is that it's the second half where we get more of Jackie Chan, and then Ralph Macchio comes back in as Daniel LaRusso. Now, the beginning of the movie does establish the Miyagi connection with Mr. Han. If you recall in Karate Kid Part 2, and they even used the minor spoiler, they used the clip from Karate Kid Part 2 where Mr. Miyagi's explaining to Daniel about his family history and going to China and all that. And obviously that connects with Mr. Han. And I thought that connection, I thought they did that pretty well. But how they integrate Daniel LaRusso into this movie feels forced. It's as if they were like, we got to find a way to get Ralph Macchio back, to get this character in the movie. I don't know. It just feels like a typical Sony move for them to do. They hype up Jackie Chan and Ralph Macchio in the marketing of the movie. They're on the posters. They're the biggest names connected to this new Karate Kid movie. But while I think Jackie Chan's screen time, I think, was fine overall, because he was also at the beginning of the movie. He does make a couple appearances, making phone calls to Lee before he comes to New York at a certain point to help Lee out. Ralph Macchio, I don't know. I don't know what they were trying to do with him. I don't know if they were trying to give him the Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield treatment in Spider-Man No Way Home, or the original Ghostbusters treatment in Ghostbusters Afterlife. But I feel like there was no real build up to him being thrown in here. And when he's there, it feels like he's really not training Lee. It's just like these quick montages. The thing I love about the Karate Kid movies, no matter how good they are or how bad they are, is that they take their time in showing the protagonist learning new tricks. The first Karate Kid movie did such a great job of showing the development of Daniel learning karate from Mr. Miyagi. The 2010 movie did a very good job of showing Dre learning from Mr. Han. Even a movie like Karate Kid Part 3, and this movie is a lot better than Karate Kid Part 3. I'm not saying that this makes Karate Kid Part 3 better, but even Karate Kid Part 3, when Daniel's learning from Terry Silver, or in this case, being tricked into training, there still feels like a development of Daniel no longer feeling like himself as he's training and learning from this new brutal, horrific style. Here, it just feels like the montages are rushed. And this runtime, this is the shortest Karate Kid movie out of all the 6 Karate Kid movies that have come out. Yes, it's even shorter than the Karate Kid movie with Hilary Swank from the 1990s. This is 90 minutes long, and it's like this actually could have had an extra 30 minutes. An extra 30 minutes of Daniel showing Lee Miyagi Do. Maybe some more disagreements between Daniel and Mr. Han on how to approach this. And it feels like once they're integrated into the story, it feels like Mia and her dad get sidelined. It's like Joshua Jackson, who had a really good character arc, and was giving a really good performance, and that unique take that they're doing with the boxing is just thrown to the side, like how Kreese tossed Johnny to the side after Johnny lost the All Valley Karate Tournament. That's crazy. And even the tournament itself, with the exception of the final fight, the championship fight, was very uninteresting, very rushed. I mean, I know the tournament, the first movie, and the 2010 movie also had montages, but it felt like they weren't as quick as this movie did. This movie just feels rushed. It feels like they were Sony was looking at the success of Spider-Man No Way Home, bringing back classic Spider-Man actors and villains, Ghostbusters Afterlife, bringing back the original Ghostbusters, and said, hey, let's do the same thing. But it's like, even Ghostbusters Afterlife did it better. Now, I'm not saying Ghostbusters Afterlife is a perfect movie. It's got many flaws. But Ghostbusters Afterlife did a very good job of focusing in on its new characters and the new cast. And then when the moment felt earned, the original cast came back, but it still didn't feel like it was taken away from the new characters. Here, it's like the new characters were actually very promising. It actually felt like if they kept going in a certain direction that you would assume the movie would go, they wouldn't even need to rely on Daniel LaRusso and Mr. Han coming in. But it was kind of like, yeah, Cobra Kai's become very popular. Nostalgia's become very popular. People have been demanding a sequel to the 2010 Karate Kid movie. Let's just combine them all together. But even then, it's like it's a short movie. If you're going to combine all these characters, if you're going to have all these story arcs in these side arcs that are happening, this should have been at least a 2-hour movie, not a 90-minute movie. Because, yeah, it just feels rushed. I'll say this also about the bully, though, as to get a little more positive about the movie. He feels more like Mike Barnes than Johnny Lawrence, but it feels like this is how they should have gone with Barnes's character in Karate Kid Part 3. Then he like, yeah, his kid's got anger, but you also feel like he is dangerous. Chris, he just an upgrade over what Barnes was in Karate Kid Part 3. But yeah, with Karate Kid Legends, it's a really good first half, really good setup for the new characters. The new Karate Kid I thought was done pretty well. Him teaching a former boxer some new tricks felt very fresh. It was a good combination of some unique stuff with some old tropes. But then the second half feels so rushed. It feels like you didn't even need Ralph Macchio, Daniel Russo in this movie. You just saw him in there because Cobra Kai came to an end a few months ago. And the thing is, the idea of two teachers working together, we've seen in Cobra Kai. I feel like if this movie had come out in, let's say, 2016, 2017, with still Jackie Chan and Ralph Macchio, I think it would have felt more fresh. But even then, the idea, like as cool as it might sound, to have these two branches working together, it just doesn't feel like it was earned. I feel like Karate Kid Legends was wasted potential. Very good first half, a very rushed, messy second half. This is definitely one of the more disappointing movies of the year. Not a bad movie. I think the acting was fine, and again, first half, the first half really saved this movie. But yeah, overall with Karate Kid Legends, I'm gonna give this a C plus. I did enjoy many aspects of the movie, but at the same time, very disappointing with how they handled stuff in the second act half. Keep saying second act, it's second half. But yeah, Karate Kid Legends. I feel like if they make a sequel to this movie, I hope they focus more in on the new cast because again, I thought that was the stronger aspect of the movie. But yeah, Karate Kid Legends. Have you seen it? What'd you think about it? And what Karate Kid movie is? I think I've already asked this question before, but what's your favorite Karate Kid sequel? I'll ask that. What's your favorite Karate Kid sequel? To me, it's still Karate Kid Part Two. The original Karate Kid Part Two, and the 2010 movie are better than this movie. But this movie is still a million times better than Karate Kid Part 3 and the next Karate Kid. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe already. If you haven't, please share us with someone that likes the Karate Kid movies. And I hope to see you guys real soon. Take care, everyone.